You've been stuck at 10 to 15K per month for a while now, but you know your coaching business is worth so much more. I've generated over 7 million for online coaches, and at this stage, the bottleneck is almost never effort. It's clarity on which funnel will actually get you to 50K per month. So in this video, I'm gonna walk you through the 5 simplest funnels you can use to get there. And by the end, you'll know exactly which one fits you and how to use it. But before we dive in, I need to get specific on which stage of the funnel I'm talking about, because most coaches think about their funnel in the wrong way, and that's what causes all the confusion. A funnel really just has 3 parts. Top of funnel is getting people to know you. Middle of funnel is getting people to like and trust you. Bottom of funnel is getting people to buy from you. And that's the stage we're gonna be focused on in this video. Because at 10 to 15K per month, you have no problem with getting people to know, like, and trust you. You do have a problem with getting people to actually pay for high ticket services. And if you stick with me till the end, I'll reveal the exact funnel we use to take a weight loss coach from 100K per month to over $1 million a month. First, let's start off with the easiest funnel. I'm sure you've seen those coaches with a DME CTA in their bio. That's not on accident, because they're running a DME funnel, and it's extremely effective if your audience is already on Instagram. This funnel only has 3 entry points: your bio, your stories, and your posts. For your Instagram bio, you only need 2 lines. One line that tells your ideal client exactly how you help them, and another line to tell them exactly what to DM you to start. The mistake that most coaches make here is being too vague. Imagine standing in a crowded room and then you hear somebody yell, "Hey." Everyone's going to look, but nobody's going to know who they're talking to. But if somebody yells your name specifically, you'll know that you're the only one they're talking to, and you'll be the only one to turn around. That feeling of, "Oh, they're talking to me," is exactly what you want your ideal customers to feel when they read your bio. For your Instagram stories, you don't need to have more than 4 to 5 slides. Slide 1 is the hook to grab their attention. Slide 2 is to call out their specific pain point. Slide 3 is to build that pain or show what it's costing them. Slide 4 should be the CTA to DM you the keyword. And if you already have results, drop a result slide before the CTA. For your actual post, it's extremely simple as well. All you have to do is give real value and then ask them to comment a keyword to get a free resource or start a DM conversation. You'll want to connect your Instagram to something like ManyChat so it can automatically reply through your comments and automatically deliver whatever free resource that you promised. Once they're actually in your DMs, you don't have to overcomplicate it. Remember, every lead is an actual person. So you just have to have a natural conversation with them. Figure out what they're struggling with and if you can actually help them. And after that, you really only have 2 choices. You either close them in the DMs or you book them onto a sales call. Like I said before, this funnel is perfect if all your audience is on Instagram. But what if most of your audience is on YouTube? That's where the next funnel comes in. A few years ago, I was watching this channel called Magnates Media, and he made some of the best business documentaries on YouTube. But one day he posted a video that felt completely different. Instead of another documentary, he told his own story on how he got started with YouTube, how it changed his life, and what had become possible because of it. By the end of that video, I really felt like I knew him. But then he said he put together a course teaching people how to do the same things through YouTube. The link was at the top of the description, so I clicked and bought his $9.97 course for YouTube. And that was the very first time I ever bought an online course. But it's not like I hadn't seen online courses before. There was just something about that video that made me feel like I needed to buy from him specifically right at that moment. And that video is what we call a YouTube VSL. And this is how it works. You create one long form piece of content where you tell the story of how you started doing what you're doing. Talk about the problems you face and solve and what's possible for your clients. Throughout this video, people will be building a relationship with you. And at the end, just make a soft CTA to whatever your offer is. Make sure the link is the first line in your description. You can send them to a landing page or even just straight up your calendar. You don't need a complicated funnel in the back end because YouTube does most of the selling for you. The real leverage comes when you start making even more content and intentionally send traffic to that one VSL. Every time somebody watches one video from you and then continues to watch that secondary VSL, that's going to increase your session watch time. YouTube loves that, so it's going to keep pushing your content to more and more people, which is going to result in more eyeballs on your VSL, more booked calls, and more high-ticket clients. These first 2 funnels are great if you have unlimited spots on your offer. But what if you have limited capacity? That's where the next funnel comes in. To visualize how this next funnel works, you have to think back to the 1990s when Jordan and Nike were dominating the shoe marketplace. Every time a new shoe would drop, there would be lines of people waiting outside hoping to get a pair. Demand was so high that people would literally fight for their spots in line because people knew that if they lost their spot, they would never get their shoes, or they would have to pay 3 times the price to a reseller. That ravenous feeling, that fear of of missing out on something scarce? That's exactly the feeling you'll be giving your audience when you use a waitlist funnel. Step 1 is to hype up your upcoming launch across all your platforms for 9 to 12 days. And you'll want to follow the whisper, tease, shout framework. For the first few days, you're just hinting that something is coming, but you're not giving any details because you want to build curiosity. Then when you're in the tease phase, you reveal who it's for and what kind of results you can get them. But you still leave a lot of questions unanswered because you want to build desire and interest. And then when you're in the shout phase, you give out all the details because you want to convert that interest into action. While this sequence is happening, you want to have CTAs on all your posts, email, stories to the waitlist, because the people that join the waitlist, those are your most eager buyers, but most coaches fail when it's time to actually launch. You have to understand that what makes this funnel work is scarcity, and you need to lean into that for every single touch point. So you need to have a 7-day launch sequence. First, you only allow people to buy for the first 5 days. For those 5 days, every time you get a new sale, you have to announce it publicly on your stories, emails, and through all your communities. This is to use FOMO to create more scarcity. Then on day 6, close your carts. Don't let anybody buy. Tell everybody that all the spots are filled up. Then on day 7, you do a final cart open to let just a few more people through. This is to pull in the people that were sitting on the fence and felt like their opportunity had disappeared. Now, the waitlist funnel is great for big cash injections. The downside is that you generate no revenue between launch unless you pair the waitlist funnel with the next funnel I'm about to go over. The VSL book a call funnel. This is a classic funnel, and every online coach needs to at least understand how it works. On paper, it's simple. You send traffic to a landing page and you get them to book a call. But don't let the simplicity fool you, because the devil is in the detail. Messing up the nuances of this funnel is exactly what keeps most coaches unable to scale. Let me show you what I mean. A couple of weeks ago, I was on call with a trading coach, and he told me his funnel was broken. He went from booking 12 calls a month to only booking 2 calls. So I asked him if he changed anything in his funnel. He told me that he added a Typeform survey on his landing page because he was tired of getting on call with unqualified people. So I asked him why on earth he would add friction to a funnel that is only booking him 12 calls per month. And he had no answer for me. But that's the problem. Everyone wants to qualify their leads, protect their time, and make their funnel look sophisticated. But it only makes sense to do that if you have the volume to support it. If you're not booking any calls, the last thing you should be trying to do is make it harder for people to book a call with you. In his situation, he should have made his landing page as frictionless as possible. And after he's overflowing with demand, then he can sophisticate his funnel because he'd be able to support the drop off. And that's just one nuance of this funnel. All these funnels have thousands of touch points just like this one, where one small mistake can cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars per month. Learning about these funnels is easy. Executing them properly is where the real money is made. That's why I highly recommend you click that first link in the description so you can figure out how we can work together, so I can help you avoid all of these mistakes and get you to 50K a month. And this last funnel is a variation of a book a call funnel, and it's called a squeeze funnel, or how most people are positioning it right now, a free training funnel. Mechanically, they work the exact same way. You send traffic to a landing page, they watch a VSL, and then you get them to book a call. The biggest difference is that on a regular call funnel, leads can immediately watch the VSL. You ask leads to enter their contact information first in exchange for the VSL. The upside is that you collect contact information up front, so you can remarket people through email and SMS if they don't book their call. The downside is that you're adding more friction, because remember, the more touch points you have in a funnel and the more you ask from your prospect, the less likely they are to go through your funnel. Sometimes this is a good thing, but sometimes this is a bad thing. It all depends on your traffic. As promised, since you made it to the end of this video, I'm going to be revealing the exact funnel we use to scale a weight loss coach from 100K per month to $1 million a month. But I need to warn you first. Most of you should not try to run this funnel. Not because it doesn't work, but because there are way more moving parts involved. So here's exactly what we did. We sent cold traffic to an opt-in page for a free community. And as soon as they joined, we had our setters reach out and book them onto a call. I know that sounds simple, but that's on purpose. I strip out as much nuance as possible so I can help out the most amount of you. My goal is always to give you clarity on exactly how to get to 50K per month, not more complexity. And if you've been paying attention, you've noticed that there's one common attributes about all these funnels. They all lead to a sales call. But how do you make sure all that effort doesn't go to waste when you actually get on call with leads? If you want the answer to that, you need to watch this video next, because I break down every single stage of a high ticket sales call.